Hey, what's up guys? It's Pixelated Apollo. Thanks for stopping by and welcome back. It's been quite some time. It's been a long time since the last Medieval 2 siege battle, but here we are. We've got a great one. It's a 2 vs 2 and we're fighting in the desert. I know I say this like every time, but there's just something seeing like knights in full armor fight in the desert. It's just a glorious sight. And in fact, all the nations here, all the factions involved in this battle, none of them are Islamic or Muslim or an Eastern faction. Like, these are all Western factions duking it out for a Middle Eastern fortress in the desert. So what scenario could we have here? I'm not sure, but it's the situation that we're gonna deal with here. So we've got, like I said earlier, is a 2 vs 2. We have a French army. And we have Milan over on the other side here. Where are they? Here they are. And check out this little arrow tower defense he has. He's got pikes protecting his artillery. He's really paranoid about the enemy charging out with cav. And then the two defending factions, both players are playing as England. So England versus France, and Milan is just helping out France, I guess. So I guess at this point, let's check out the player names. I know we already checked out the factions, but let's check out the players. So starting with Milan, we have Emperor Alan, and I like his army. He's, the great thing about Milan is that they've got a diverse roster, as in they've got a lot of decent heavy infantry. They've got the men-at-arms, which, they're not amazing, but they're pretty good. And they've got feudal knights, broken lances, just like most Italian factions, they've got a really nice roster. And of course, they've got the Genoese crossbowmen, which I think are the best skirmish unit in the game. I think they slaughter, maybe not so much in a siege, but in a pitched battle, the Genoese, they just slaughter people. So that's his army. Excuse me. He's got up a couple of pikemen too. Pikes, I would see, is more of a defensive unit, but maybe you can use them in choke points when you're trying to attack the keep. So let's check out his ally here after this cutscene. Here we are. Bzzz, fly over here. We're in a hot air balloon checking out the battle. Alright, so France, I like his army. I really do. He's got a bunch of Chivalric Knights. His general is in this Chivalric Knight unit. He's got, he's got a couple Noble Knights. He's only got a couple, so it's not that big of a deal. And that's a good amount, having 2 Noble Knights, because again, the two-handed glitch. Oh, whoa, what's this? I'm sorry, guys, to interrupt here. We do have a little battle going on here. A little quick assault by the feudal knights, mounted feudal knights, going in for a charge. It doesn't look like it was that effective. England got a couple kills on the feudal knights. It looks like France got a couple kills on the English knights. But I think this is a much better trade for the English than the French. But we're going for another charge here. Oh, good move by England to charge back. Give a good old counter charge. And this is a brawl here. This is not in favor of the French, so that's a smart decision to retreat out of there. They did kill a couple more English knights, but again, that was in favor of England. But yeah, good army over here, and let's quickly check out the other armies, because this one looks like it's going pretty fast here. So England, starting with SLP. He's got a nice army, bringing the longbows, bringing feudal knights. Here's more of his army over here. Armored swordsmen, very, very good unit, equivalent to Chivalric Knights. But you hear that music going on? That means there's a little brawl going down. So England, they decided to hold right here, and I think that's a big mistake. I really do, because whenever you hold the walls, it's either yes or no. And what I mean by that is you either commit your whole army and defend the walls, or you don't. And England's kind of making this mistake where he's somewhat defending. If you're going to defend the walls, commit everything. Unless you can just like absolutely slaughter the attackers. As in, if they all just charge into like one choke point and you can hold them back with like 3 units, then go for it. But in this situation, he's kind of getting a little overwhelmed. I mean, look at all the blue men charging around. You got guys going through the gate. A vicious brawl for the gate. And now over here, let's see. Milan is kind of taking his time, and he's getting his troops ready on the siege tower, and he's fighting through the center here. So this is a very quick assault on the attackers, and I think this is a great idea because the defenders are really out of place. I don't think they expected that, and now they have to commit at this point and fight off the attackers. It looks like the French are retreating. Tactical retreat there, I guess. But over at the main gate, oh, that's not good. They got them surrounded here. Yeah, see, they're up on the wall without any kind of resistance. So they're able to flank around, put pressure on these feudal knights, and they're going to break here. I promise you that. They're going to break. Run for your lives. More French feudal knights caught out of place. So this is really a lot of money that the defenders are losing on. I mean, these are good, solid troops that would be way more effective in a better situation, like defending the keep. But Milan is breaking through here as well. All they had to do is fight off some English knights, and in melee against heavy infantry, English knights are not gonna hold for too long. Now he's going up this the siege tower, and he's trying to break through here. Let's see. The feudal knights coming up to get a flanking attack on these English knights, and just like that they break. No match, no match. All right, so I think we have one more army to go over, and that's the second English army, commanded by Demon Slayer, DRK Demon Slayer. He has a very similar army to his ally. They're both bringing mortars, longbows, feudal knights, just good defensive armies. You know, the mortar is, I think, the best artillery for defending. Also, it's really effective attacking too. So it's just a good artillery piece. Like, you can never go wrong with mortars. Now, the only bad thing about mortars is that they're terrible at taking down walls. You don't really want to use your mortar to take down walls. They're more for like killing big groups of infantry. Now, if we were talking about the expansion games, I wouldn't say the mortar is the best. I would say the mangonel is the best, best as in defending compared to most artillery. So at this part, it starts to slow down, and the attackers begin to bombard the second layer wall. So we're just going to cut through this, guys, and I'll start it back up once the action begins. Alright, everybody, welcome back, welcome back. That was a very long bombardment phase. The attackers, since they had so much ammo, because really they used their siege equipment a couple of shots from their artillery, so they saved a bunch of ammo, and they could use a lot of their ammo on the second layer wall, and they destroyed like every bit of this wall. So that's a really great start for the attack. So far this battle has gone in way of the attackers, the defenders making some early mistakes, but are the mistakes gonna be, you know, crippling? Is it gonna destroy their defense here, or are they gonna be able to recover and defend this beautiful fortress? Now, the defenders made a huge mistake here by pushing forward their mortars outside of their walls, and the attackers just quickly sent some cav and destroyed it. Be sure when you have very important artillery that can be the changing factor of a battle, like one single artillery shot that just nails a bunch of attackers could make them break. Don't send a very vital unit out there like that. Keep it defended. And now we have a glorious charge near the outer walls here. And this Middle Eastern fortress, most of the time, the fighting happens right here, right where we're looking at. This second layer wall. I would say like 95% of the time. So we've just got fighting at all choke points. So the struggle starts right here, guys. The vicious grind, the grind that makes Medieval 2 siege battles so wonderful and so exciting. It's right here, guys. So awesome. Now we got the broken lances from Milan charging forward right into these armored swordsmen. They're gonna get a good charge bonus there. Oh, wall in the way. Oh, some early breaking there from from Milan. That is not a good sight. But look at this. England is making a huge mistake. He is rushing forward. Feudal Knights, you do not want to do this. Be sure to be on top of your units. If they ever leave their defenses, they're screwed. These troops right here are going to get cut down and slaughtered by Milan. I mean, look at this. All he has to do is turn around, and this big grouping of English knights are going to be slaughtered. They just have to, you know, form around them. And then over here, the French are still pushing forward. And this is where it's so hard as the attackers to break through. These two choke points are so close together, they're pretty easy to defend. Well, let's see if yes, okay, so England is being cut down. I would commit more forces over there. Looks like he's got some feudal knights he can send over and flank around them. I would send in these broken lances. Yeah, when you're defending, units are like gold. they're just very important, and you have to treat every man as if they're vital to your victory. So if you ever like send some units to their deaths, that's a big mistake, and that's kind of what England is doing right now. Again, I don't think this is going to be game over for them, but this is another huge mistake. Let's see. And this is a common mistake. What happened is that he basically charged after the enemy, looked away, and then all of a sudden his troops were running down, breaking Milanese troops. But over here, we've got more English forces fighting outside of the walls. Now France is pushing behind the English forces here. So their defense is exposed. Their flank is exposed, and now they've got their backs to the walls basically. They need to patch that up. They need to send down more forces. Over here, we also have another flank. A lot of people don't know about this little wall back here, but you can put ladders up on this wall and put some pressure on the flank. But this is going pretty smoothly for England. He's got some troops over here ready to defend, so well done to SLP. That's a smart move by England. But look at this. England really, I mean, where are the units from England? They are barely holding on here. Barely holding on. I mean, there's a big wave of troops from Milan just trying to break their way through brute force. Over here, England pushing forward. He's never do this, guys. Never fight outside the walls. It seems like he's got the attackers on the run, but your troops will not. I mean, you have less money defending, which usually is the case. So they have more expensive troops. They have more troops than you. So you have to really concentrate their forces and fight them in the walls, not outside the walls. So England getting a little too aggressive there. They're doing all right though. This is not. This is a huge break by France. Huge break. Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. France is commanded by Boss. I didn't go over the player name. Sorry about that, Boss. I forgot to mention your name. A honest mistake. See, Milan should really take advantage of this and just push through the choke point here. Look at the reserves. He's got a lot of reserves. And they're still cutting down these English forces. Give credit to the English forces out here fighting for their lives. Dude, I'm surprised they're still fighting. Oh, look at that guy. He just got an awesome kill. I love the random kill animations. It's so cool. Oh, there he goes again. Oh, awesome. Cut them up when they're down. All right, there they go. Finally, they're breaking. And, oh, you know when times are getting desperate when the defenders are sending forward their archers to hold the lines. Now they're sending back more armored swordsmen. They're very tired. They're shaken. They're not going to fight for too long. Milan, again, I don't think he's really taking advantage of the situation. He's got an opening here that he could just rush units through. But I guess he's just going to wait. There's some units kind of looking at each other over here. And the fighting kind of slowed down over here. But here comes France. I think he's going to charge through the gap here. Let's see. Yes, here he goes. England waiting for him to come in. Milan charging into. Really, really good timing there, guys. Really, really nice to see some teamwork going on with the attackers. If you want to win attacking, you're going to need teamwork. It is vital for victory. But man, England having a tough time. But the archer placement right here is pretty nice. This is why most of the time in this siege battle, the fighting happens all around here. Because it's so easy to defend. I mean, you got a slight hill going up to the wall, and then you got another hill to the town center. So what England needs right now is just a big chain route. I mean, his longbows are engaged in melee, which they're not going to do terrible. They're going to do pretty well, but it's not going to be enough. And they need Milan to break. Oh. Man, these broken... Oh, these are men-at-arms. Here comes Milan breaking through. Got stakes all over the place, but not a lot of cav. And more breaking by England over here, but there's some breaking with the French, so maybe they can turn... Oh, look at this! Men-at-arms breaking. Wow, they were winning this fight. They have a unit of 35 they break as they try to charge into the armored swordsmen. Now we've got some noble knights going into the mix. Oh my god. Oh, some good volleys from the Achas, but look at all the troops, all the reserves from Milan. It's gonna be tough to beat this. England trying to regroup their forces. Wow, look at this. France just sending more and more troops this way. England just barely holding on with a unit of swordsmen. One unit of armored swordsmen. Oh man, more breaking from Milan. I think the attackers kind of have to slow down at this point, take a breather, group up your forces. I know you're getting shot down by longbows left and right, but you don't want to send your army one at a time up there. And of course, we've got the French Aventurier. And the French Aventurier, they're pretty good at melee. So you could kind of count them as infantry. So that's a good, healthy number of infantry. But right now they're using their ammo, trying to hurt these yeoman archers. Look at this, the Culverine crew charging in. This is a desperate situation for England. Now we've got the general's bodyguard coming in. Oh, he's cutting these poor longbows into pieces. Oh, just massive breaks on the English forces. We've got a mortar back here trying to get some shots off, trying to turn the tide of battle. This is definitely a shameful display for the English forces. Man, look at this. Look at this. They just need to retreat. Retreat to the town center. There goes the mortar firing in the back there. Let's see if they get any kills. Who are they aiming for? Not sure. Probably all these French troops. So really, it's coming down to a battle of archers. And I really do think, with the help of Milan... Oh, there goes the English general. That's not going to be good. His troops are surely going to break. Yeah, just retreat your armored swordsmen. Don't fight out there. Use the town center for the infinite morale. And look at this horde of angry Aventurier charging through. Killing a rival here. English rival. And Milan, look at them. They're just kind of taking their time. They're like, alright, we don't need to charge it, and we'll let the French boys do it for us. Oh man, this is what I'm talking about. Aventurier, deadly in melee. But it's still possible to get a chain route. It's not impossible. So England, they can still believe. They still got their mortar here. They're still holding back the French. It looks like we've got a pretty healthy unit of armored swordsmen. I think he's retreating them out of there, out of the fight. But I would just keep him there fighting at this point. Unless he's trying to send, some relief over in the front line. There's the other English general. And just like that, England is generalless. They no longer have generals. Oh, armored swordsman breaking back here. The mortar desperately trying to get some good shots off. And Milan, there he goes. Now Milan's, you know, he's sending forward some forces to help out the French. All his troops back here are slaughtering the dying English forces. They're like, please, mercy, please. Stabbing their long swords into their backs. Oh yeah, look at this, that Aventurier power. So all they have to do now is cut down these forces, and I believe that's gonna be it. Yep, now they're going for the mortar. Yeah, England keeps sending out their broken units. Just keep them in the town center. If your unit breaks and you send them out to fight again, like leaving the town center, they're not gonna hold for very long, and they're just gonna get cut down eventually. It's best to just have, when you have a very tired, depleted army, keep them in the town center because they have infinite morale and they will fight to the bitter end, and they will get a lot more kills that way. So I think it's safe to say that England made a lot of big mistakes. First off, trying to defend with a handful of troops. Imagine if they had those 3 feudal knights or whatever they had over here back in the town center defending the second layer here. It would be that much bigger of a difference. That much bigger. And then over here, same story. Imagine these English knights going back and defending the second layer. They would add a lot more pressure in the choke points. But they made a couple mistakes. And again, you know, guys, it's all about having fun. And I'm pretty sure everyone here had a blast. And I had a blast watching it. This was a glorious siege. A pretty awesome siege. Again, a lot of mistakes by the defenders. And also another mistake they made was sending out their mortar. If you look over here, keep really important units protected. That's all I have to say. Keep them protected because, again, that mortar could have broke like a bunch of units. Could have shattered their dreams with one explosive mortar round right into, like, imagine a mortar shot right here, right in the mix of these Aventurier. I promise you, it'd probably break a couple of them. But now these brave English knights fighting for their lives. There's 3 left. Let's see. Oh, they're getting cut down. Oh, just like that. And that's the battle guide. Actually, it goes on for a little bit longer. What's going on here? Is there any more English forces? That's interesting. Interesting. Oh, there we go. Okay, excellent. So we have Emperor Alan getting 661 kills with 228 prisoners, and Boss not that far behind, getting 543 kills and 131 prisoners. We have SLP getting 669 kills with 89 prisoners, and Demon Slayer getting 522 with 86 prisoners. So though the defenders got a lot of kills, they needed a lot more. They needed a lot more if they wanted to win this siege battle. If we look at what unit got the most from, by the way, this was sent in by Emperor Alan. So thank you so much for the battle replay. I truly appreciate it. And let's look at his end results here. Let's see. What unit got the most kills? I see it's pretty even down the board, but some broken lances got 59. Let's see, I think 60 by some, ooh, men-at-arms. That's what I'm talking about. Men-at-arms, they're not that great, but look what they did. They got 60 kills and another unit got 43. So it's all about how you use your units. So thank you so much for watching this battle, guys. I truly appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.